You said a moment ago that you want to have a military that's capable of reacting to surprises. Last March, President Obama had to react to a situation that arose in Libya, where we had a humanitarian disaster in Benghazi on the brink of happening. What he did at that time, which I think was the right call, was exercise what I think he described as unique capabilities to help NATO intervene. We had a submarine fleet in the Mediterranean, the Scranton, the Providence, the Florida, which in a matter of 48 hours neutralized Gaddafi's air defenses. And, you know, in this era, I mean, there's some people who feel that, you know, our submarine fleet is sort of a Cold War relic. Obviously, the events in Libya demonstrated that it gave this country the ability to react to a surprise. We are at a point, though, where all three of those boats are going to be going offline in roughly 10 years. We are now at a point where our sailors are being deployed at 7-month stints undersea, as opposed to 6 months, which has always been the Navy's, again, to deal with a shrinking fleet size. And I just wanted to ask you, Mr. Secretary, to just sort of get your views on the roles of our submarine fleet post 9/11, particularly in terms of, you know, other areas of the world that you mentioned earlier, where undersea warfare seems to be sort of on the upswing with some of our potential threats.
I've always considered our submarine fleet to be an essential part of our forward presence, our projection, and also the capability of being able to respond to the kind of surprises that we run into in the defense business. I think we need a full range of capabilities in order to be able to address the threats of the future and the threats of the present. Submarines have actually provided that additional arm, particularly with regards to our fleets, that I think is absolutely essential to our defense of the future.
Good. Well, thank you. And maybe we can get you to come up for the commissioning of the Mississippi in December in Groton, Connecticut.
I expect I'll do that.
Yeah.
And if I could add, Congressman,
Yeah.
except for one Saturday every year in December, I completely support the United States Navy.
Thank you. You know, a corollary, though, is to that issue is obviously the SSBN replacement program, which, again, we've spent a lot of time in this committee and on the Sea Power subcommittee. You mentioned, General, the issue of nuclear deterrence, which is thankfully a low-risk situation right now, but nonetheless a risk. And I just wondered if you could share your thoughts in terms of the need to move forward with the SSBN replacement program that the Navy has worked hard on.
Well, as you know, we've been studying and must continue to study the capability given to us by the Triad, and of course the SSBN fleet is our most survivable leg of the Triad, and therefore I consider it to be indispensable as we go forward and as we understand the future of nuclear non-proliferation talks. I mean, that could change, but for now, I think we're exactly where we need to be.
Thank you.